Welcome to our space of hope and inspiration, where faith is ignited and the Word of God meets us right where we are. Thank you for being here and for allowing us to walk with you. Today we're going to delve into 2 Samuel 11 to 6 to 13, an ancient story that could be the script for a Hollywood movie. Betrayal, loyalty, power, and a mistake that changes everything. But it's not just a biblical tale. It's a psychological lesson about how idleness, that silent enemy, can destroy entire lives. Imagine a powerful king, a loyal warrior, and a trap that crumbles because of a man's integrity. Based on those Samuel 11 to 6 to 13, we're going to break this down step by step. Get ready to reflect and gain tools to avoid your own big mistakes. Let's begin. First, let's set the scene. We're in ancient Israel, in a time of war. The great King David, the hero who slew the giant Goliath, is at his palace in Jerusalem. But instead of leading his troops on the front lines, David has been lingering behind. Why? The Bible doesn't explicitly say, but we can infer idleness. That misused free time leads him to stroll on the palace roof, watch Bathsheba bathing, and fall into adultery. Now, Bathsheba is pregnant, and David needs to cover his tracks. His plan: bring Uriah, Bathsheba's husband, from the battlefield so he can spend a night with her and believe the child is his. Sounds like a spy thriller, right? But idleness has already sown the seeds of chaos. David sends a message to Joab, his general: send Uriah the Hittite here. Joab obeys, and Uriah arrives at the palace. Imagine the scene. Uriah, covered in desert dust and exhausted from the war, enters the opulent throne room. David, feigning interest, asks him, "How are Joab and the soldiers? How is the campaign going?" It's like a boss calling you into the office for a casual chat, but with a hidden agenda. Psychologically, David is using the technique of rapport building trust before manipulating. This is key to making Uriah feel valued before asking for what he wants. Then, David drops the bombshell, disguised as kindness. Go home and wash your feet. In ancient culture, washing your feet was a euphemism for resting, eating, and, yes, being intimate with your wife. David is inviting Uriah for a well-deserved weekend off. To sweeten the deal, he sends him a gift from the king, likely food, wine, luxuries offering, an incentive to influence behavior. David tries to manipulate Uriah here, using the power of reciprocity. As Robert Cialdini explains in his book Influence, you give something so the other person feels obligated to reciprocate. But Uriah doesn't take the bait. Instead of going home, he lies down at the entrance to the palace with the royal guard. Why? Because he is a warrior of honor and of God. David finds out and confronts him. "You have traveled a long way. Why didn't you go home?" Uriah responds with words that resonate like an ethical code. "Right now, both the ark and the men of Israel and Judah are sheltering in simple booths, and my lord Joab and his officers are encamped in the open air, and I am going to go into my house to feast and lie with my wife. As surely as you live, I cannot do such a thing." Uriah represents unwavering loyalty, a sense of community over individualism. Uriah cannot indulge in luxuries while his companions suffer. He is empathetic and compassionate. In contrast, David, in his leisure, in his palace, has lost that connection. Leisure has isolated him, causing him to prioritize his personal pleasure over the common good. Unstructured leisure is a breeding ground for impulsive decisions. David doesn't give up. "Well, then, stay here today, and tomorrow I'll send you back." The next day, he invites Uriah to a banquet and gets him drunk. Classic. Alcohol to lower his defenses, trying to create a sense of urgency in Uriah. David hopes that drunk Uriah will forget his code and go home. But no. Despite being drunk, Uriah goes back to sleep with a guard. His integrity is bulletproof, winner-proof, in this case. What does this teach us? First, about idleness. David, becoming idle in his palace, commits the great mistake. The proverb says idle hands are the devil's workshop, and here it applies. If you don't fill your time with purpose, others or your impulses will fill it with chaos. Use the time-blocking technique, schedule your day to avoid gaps. communicate with yourself. What values do you uphold, like Uriah? Second, empathy. Uriah shows us how to put ourselves in other people's shoes. In a world of social media, where digital leisure keeps us scrolling endlessly, ask yourself, am I contributing or just consuming? Take on a Uriah challenge. For one day, give up a luxury if someone close to you is suffering. Third, resilience in the face of manipulation. David uses influence tactics, but Uriah resists. He detects patterns, casual questions, unexpected gifts, and sticks to his principles. This story doesn't end here. We know David won't give up, but that's for another video. The point is, leisure destroys if you don't manage it. Turn your free time into growth. Read, exercise, connect. Be lajuria, loyal, empathetic, and principled. If this message touched your heart, like, it helped others find it. Subscribe to Gokrip. It doesn't just inspire, it transforms. Leave your prayer requests in the comments. We are praying for you. You are not alone. 2 Samuel 11:6. Then David sent this message to Joab. Send Uriah the Hittite here to me. And Joab did so. When Uriah arrived, David asked how Joab and the soldiers were doing, and how the campaign was going. Then he said, go home and wash your feet. As soon as Uriah left the palace, he received a gift from the king. But instead of going home, he lay down at the entrance to the palace, where the royal guard slept. David learned that Uriah had not gone home, so he asked, you've traveled a long way. Why didn't you go home right now? Uriah replied, both the ark and the men of Israel and Judah are sheltering in simple booths, and my lord Joab and his officers are camped in the open air. And how am I supposed to go into my house to feast and lie with my wife? As surely as you live, I cannot do such a thing. Well then, stay here today, and tomorrow I will send you back, David replied. Uriah stayed in Jerusalem that day. But the next day, David invited him to a banquet and got him drunk. Even so, Uriah did not go home, but spent the night again where the royal guard slept. Thank you for your time. And remember, don't let idleness destroy you. Act today.